I'm curious about something. What was worse for you? When your narcissist parent, I'm just going to put it in mom form because it was my mom, showed up to your school or an event or whatever, or when she didn't show up? Which was worse? I used to go to summer camp every year and spend 8 weeks at Sleepaway. And I loved it because it meant, obviously, that I didn't have to be in my mother's house and that I had Groundhog Day. Like every day was the same, but for the activities, which I really enjoyed. There was no minefield. It was all very stable. And those were some of the best times in my childhood until visiting day. So if my mother didn't show up, which was usually the case, and I watched all the other kids with their moms and their dads, and I went to summer camp with my cousins at some point, so sometimes I had my aunts, sometimes I had my aunt and my uncle, maybe my brother would show up, but my mother would not be there. She would be absent. And I felt like all the other kids knew that I wasn't good enough for my mother to show up for. That's how I internalized that. Like they were going to see me for who I really was, someone with zero value. If she did show up, well, that was a different kind of hell. Normally the day would be spent with her berating me for the condition of my bunk, it not being neat enough. She would tell me how she forgot to bring like the candy that she bought and all this stuff. So she would, like when she would leave, I would have nothing because my aunt wouldn't have brought for me, thinking that my mother was going to do it. So all the other kids are having their goodies. But the worst part about it was how she compared me to the other little girls. If there was a little girl who was smaller than I was, slimmer than I was, she would make a point to say to me, Marnie, look at her body. Don't you want to look like that?